Hi, I'm Sean Tynan from Advisors Living Real Estate with the Homeward Bound Group, and I'm here today with
Mary Sharender from Rate Mortgage.
Now, I recently had a sale in Gloucester, and this property had some appraisal issues, so I asked Mary to sit down with us, talk about it. We were in a highly competitive market. Gloucester, everything flies off the shelf when things are priced right. They go quick, they go fast, and they go well over asking, and they tend to still be removing all their contingencies. My clients had missed out on a few, so we went in, we found a property we liked. We came in with a really good offer, and we were waiving the appraisal, and not only did we waive the appraisal, we put an appraisal gap on. So by saying with the appraisal gap, we were saying we could cover X number of dollars. Submitted the offer gets accepted, we could go to the lender orders the appraisal, and that's when everything went sideways. Me as the buyer's agent, I don't talk to the appraiser, I don't meet with the appraiser, I have no contact with them, it's on to the listing agent. When I'm the listing agent, typically what happens is when I show up to meet the appraiser, I'm going to show up with a book of easy comps form. I would have already pulled 3 or 4 properties that closed in the last 3 months that show the same value of the house that I have, roughly the same age, roughly the same condition, as close to the same square footage as I possibly could get, and similar neighborhoods, just to make their job easier.
That's a great idea.
I personally, as a listing agent, I've only had one property not appraised, and it missed by like $10,000, and we were able to adjust it, and it was fine. On this particular property, the appraisal missed by a lot, and then my clients gave me a copy of the appraisal, and I could see they were taking comps from like 7 months, 9 months, and 11 months ago.
Yes.
They were taking properties from significantly far away from the water. This house was right on the water, not waterfront, but I'd say like 200 feet, 300 feet from the beach. Like you were really close to it. And they were taking like in neighborhood houses. One of his comps was in an industrial area. So I'm like, these are horrible comps.
Right.
Called the lender up and says, what can we do? And the lender's like, there's not much. We can appeal it or we can accept it.
Right. And you tried appealing it because that's when Alex called me and said, hey, what's the chance of an appeal going through? And I was like, not much. I think you're going to have to switch the lender.
Yeah. And I had always been told, like I talked to lenders, I said, if the appraisal doesn't come through, can we appeal it or can we get another one done? And they're always like, okay, you can always get another one done or you can always appeal it. But they never told me to appeal it meant 99 times out of 100, they're going to do nothing.
It's so hard because there are anti-collusion laws. I can't call them and say, hey, you got these wrong. The underwriter's going to look at the comps and say, do these comps make sense? And we will go and take the new comps, the comps that you may have provided, they'll send them over to the appraiser. And if the appraiser feels like they were wrong and feels like backing down from their knowledgeable position and saying, okay, I was wrong and I'm going to do more work and put in more hours for no pay, then...
That's the thing that I found out. Like, I didn't realize when you appeal an appraisal, the appraiser doesn't get paid for the work they do on the appeal.
Right.
That's on their time. So they're going to spend another hour, 2 hours. Appraisers are going through this like 9-page form process where they're filling in all this information. So I get it. It is time consuming.
And they don't want to be wrong. Yeah. So they're not going to back down from their position usually.
Yeah. When I submitted my appeal, it didn't even make it to the appraiser.
Yeah.
It got stopped at the appraisal company. So the company that you were talking earlier about, there's a pool that appraisers get into.
Right.
They don't pick it. They just sort of come from that pool. So that company that runs the pool, they wouldn't even send it to the appraiser. When it came down to it, it was like, your only option is get another appraisal.
Right.
And the lender can't get another appraisal.
Right.
Why can't the lender get another appraisal?
Because it is looked at like cherry picking appraisals. It's just not legal.
Yeah.
You can't do it. And it's surprising too because a lot of times most appraisers will try to use the sale as a comp. So most of the time what we see is an appraisal coming in at the purchase price.
Yeah,
you see this all the time, right?
I think almost every appraisal I've ever looked at, it's at sale price. I'm like, that's coincidence.
Yeah, exactly. So, Sean, what I've seen you do as far as bringing comps to the appraiser for your listings, I think that not everybody does that as listing agents.
I kind of hope we do.
They don't. So you have to be careful who you're using for a listing agent. It definitely is somebody that is like Sean. He knows what he's doing.
Well, I don't know as much as Mary knows, but I like to think that I'm doing okay.